Hey fam, how's everyone doing? Say, are you guys ready for 2021? I am. The new year is upon us. It's coming really soon. I wanted to get started with kind of testing out some appetizers tonight. We got 2 days before New Year's is here. So, wanted to bring you guys along because I haven't cooked with you in a while. So, I hope you guys have all of your other stuff ready, like your champagne, your sparkling cider, or running out to get it tomorrow. I am super excited about what 2021 holds. You guys know I gave you my word for 2021, which was invest. I have been starting to kind of plan out how I'm investing in me and those things that are important to me. But wanted to come on and at least try to get in one appetizer tonight with you guys. I'm trying something new. I am not a big collard green and black eyed pea person for the new year. I usually just run over to a friend's house and say, give me a cup of collards and a half a cup of black eyed peas. And that's it, because I don't usually cook all of that stuff for the new year. Now, you guys know how we get all these wives' tales passed down to us. Like collard greens and black eyed peas are like prosperity and foods for the new year, bringing in the new year. And it says something like you'll have high cotton prosperity. I guess that means like you'll be overflowing with your harvest and everything for the new year. But anyway, I am going to put a twist, as I always do. You guys know me, on those favorites. So today, or this evening, right now, we are actually going to make, drum roll, my famous drum roll. We are going to make collard green wontons. I think I will like that a lot better because I'm just not a big collard green fan. I'm more of a kale fan. So let's start making those. Let me show you guys the ingredients first. Okay, you guys, this is how we're starting. I have some clean greens. I've already got them kind of cut up here. They've been cleaned and stems all out of them. Then we just have garlic, minced garlic, onions, crushed red pepper, and secret ingredient, molasses. We have some vegetable stock here, and salt and pepper. So I have my pan heating up right now, and we're just going to start with the olive oil and the garlic. I'm going to add a little onions to that. You just want to cook these until they're kind of translucent so your garlic won't burn. And now we're going to just start slowly adding in the greens to saute them first. Add a little more olive oil. And we're going to just kind of blend that and make sure we're getting the onions and the garlic so that it won't burn. They are cooking up so beautifully, you guys. Look at there. Yum, yum. So we're just sauteing these on medium heat for about 7 minutes before we start adding in our vegetable broth. Add in a little bit of crushed red pepper, not much, unless you like it really hot. Ooh, see those gorgeous pepper flakes? Yum, yum. That's going to really bring out that season. We're going to add a little fresh cracked pepper, black pepper. We're going to add our vegetable stock. I know that looks like a lot of vegetable stock, you guys, but it'll eventually cook down and simmer into the greens, so that'll be great. I don't like adding water. And now my little secret ingredient, we're going to add a little blackstrap molasses. We're going to cover them and let them cook for about an hour on like medium to high heat, medium-high heat. Fam, I'm gonna let you guys in on a little secret. So usually when I am making my kale, because I told you I usually use kale instead of collard greens, so I found this recipe for kale a long time ago, and they actually used a can of beer, because you know when you cook with alcohol it kind of evaporates out and it kind of leaves this really good flavor. So generally I would use a can of beer and the blackstrap molasses. However, because we're not alcohol drinkers, I didn't have any alcohol around the house, any cans of beer, and didn't feel like going to get any. So I just used the vegetable stock, which will work just as well. And the flavor will be very robust, so it'll be great. So anyway, let's start getting the wonton wrappers together and ready and all of our ingredients so that we can put the cream cheese in with the sauteed collard greens and get us a collard green wonton going. So let's get started with that. You know, since our collard greens have so much seasoning, such a robust kind of seasoning in it, with the cream cheese, we're just going to do a little bit of cream cheese with maybe a pinch of salt and pepper and just a pinch of sugar. I want the greens to have kind of like this bitter but sweet kind of kick in there. Like most of us Southerners just want a little sweet in the greens. Well, most of us, not all. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to blend that really quickly. So just adding a little white sugar and a little bit of cream cheese and a little pepper and a little salt. Okay, you guys, I got that all blended together. You can kind of taste it just to see if it's too sweet, too salty, whatever you want to make it. And feel free to add other spices in it, but I think if you have well-seasoned greens, you won't need to add a lot of spice or seasoning to the cream cheese at all. Okay, you guys, I'm doing a quick taste test on the greens to see how they're coming along. Really good. They have a kick. I'm not used to making my food so spicy, but put a little bit too much pepper in it for me, but they're turning out well. And you know, these are actually tender. I think some frost hit them. As my grandma says, when that frost hits them, they get a little tender. So I'm actually going to reduce my cooking time on those till probably about 10 more minutes instead of the whole hour, because you don't want them to fall apart when they're in the wonton. You want to be able to taste them as well. So let's get started making the stuffing and getting the wonton already. Let me show you. I'm actually using these, you guys. These are cute new little rounds. They're vegan, by the way, but they're good for wontons. They're already cut for you. You don't have to do a bunch of other prep work. So let's get started filling these so you guys can see how this works. Okay, fam, here we go. So we have our cooled collard green mixture. We have our cream cheese mixture, and we got a little bit of egg wash and our 2 small little rounds for our egg rolls. So we're basically going to do just a little bit of cream cheese for each one of these. Then we're going to do just a little bit of collard greens. Look at all that great seasoning. We got the onions and everything. I just cooled these a little bit in the refrigerator. May have a little bit too much here because we've got to try to close it up here. There we go. Now we'll fold these over. We'll get a little bit of egg wash on them. Put that all around because you'll be sealing that up on all sides. Okay. Now we'll just flip these on over, you guys. Keeping that mixture in there tucked in. And I'm just going to kind of use a fork, kind of push it together, seal it up a little, almost like an empanada or something, or a little individual apple pie. And we'll get those closed up. I'm going to put just a little bit more. And you could do them a little differently. You can actually pocket them if you don't have too much filling like I have in this one, it feels like. You can kind of just pinch them up. And I think I have too much filling in this one because it's kind of doing this thing where it's kind of popping out. But we'll try it. It looks like a little purse pouch here. So we have the purse pouch, or we have like the apple pie. So let's get these in the grease and start cooking. Okay, fam, take a look. They turned out so cute. Look at there. Looks more like an empanada, and the little purse pocket turned out beautifully. Look at there. I'll put it here so you can see it. So both of them turned out really nicely. So we're going to do a taste test, of course, and see how they taste. I was trying to let them cool for a little bit. Let's just see. Oh, look at there. I opened it a little bit so you guys can see. Smell-o-vision and taste-o-vision. Still working on it for you. Let this cool and let's see what it tastes like. And if you want to, you could get like some, because I put a little bit of pinch of sugar into my cream cheese and the greens were seasoned so well. I don't know. I don't like a lot of flavors overpowering each other. But if you want to, you can find some apricot dipping sauce or maybe some chili garlic dipping sauce, some Asian sauce to give it more of that flair. But I think we have enough season in this. Oh my gosh, success, you guys. First time making collard green wontons, and they are delicious. Oh my gosh. Let me have another bite for you guys. And cream cheese. It has a perfect bit of sweetness. Then we get that tartness from the greens. Really good, you guys. And let's see how easy the purse one is to handle too. I think I like the Half Moon a little bit better. It's easier to handle and you can kind of like bite it like a chip. But this one's super tasty because it has the same ingredients inside, but a little bit more cumbersome to handle for me. But both turned out well. So that's one of my New Year's appetizers that I wanted to share with you guys. Hopefully it's a quick, easy recipe. Some of you may have greens left over from the holiday in your freezer. A lot of people freeze them. I'm sorry, you guys. They're so good I can't stop eating them. I'm glad I only made 2 as our taste tester. But anyway, rude to talk with your mouth full. So anyway, I hope you guys tried this. If you want to, why don't you just share some of your favorites that you make for New Year's for appetizers? We're going to do a bunch of different ones. I'm going to do some vegan ones for my husband and things like that. But come back tomorrow. I know it's late that I'm sharing this with you guys because I just had the zany idea. I wanted to share it with you. So I just started taping. So anyway, I will come back tomorrow with a few more of my new favorites that I'm going to be trying and share with you guys, okay? So I will see you tomorrow. Have a good night. Bye-bye.